As we all know, the Tesla Cybercab Robotaxi is hyped up to be the holy grail of self-driving transportation, expected to rake in massive profits that'll blow every other EV in Tesla's history out of the water. Elon Musk has said over and over that the Cybercab isn't just a car, it's the future of the company. Picture this: a fully autonomous robot on wheels that, once it's everywhere, will slash the number of accidents, make roads way safer, and save people a ton of time. But behind all this big talk, there's a huge risk. A lot of folks still think the Cybercab could end up being Tesla's biggest flop ever, maybe even a financial disaster, if the unsupervised full self-driving software doesn't prove it's reliable and safe in the real world. The Cybercab is a bold gamble, not just for Tesla, but for consumers too. And next week, June 12th, is the make or break moment when we'll find out if it's worth jumping on board or investing in this project, as Tesla rolls out its Robo Taxi network in Austin. Before we count down to the big event, Elon Musk has dropped some major updates about the Cybercab. Let's dive in. Now, we've all seen that 2025 kicked off as a rough chapter for Musk and Tesla. We mean Q1 profits tanked by 71%, and a big chunk of that was because Elon was off playing a role in the Trump administration and messing around with Doge, which took on a life of its own. That whole mess hurt the brand and cast a dark cloud over the story. But here's the thing: those days are behind us. Now we're seeing a Musk who's recommitted to steering Tesla as CEO, charging full speed toward a future of automation and robotics, especially since his White House days are pretty much done. Right now, Elon Musk and Tesla are all in on the humanoid robot Optimus and the Cybercab Robotaxi. While Optimus is set to have about 5,000 units produced by the end of the year, we're really holding our breath for the Cybercab to deliver a flawless performance at this month's big event. Mark your calendars for June 12th. It's going to be a big one. June 12th is way earlier than anyone expected, which is a great sign for Tesla. This company's notorious for pushing back events to polish things up. Case in point, the Robo Taxi event was originally set for August 8th, then got bumped to October 10th. Before showing off that the Cybercabs can fully drive themselves on city streets with unsupervised full self-driving software, Elon Musk dropped a bombshell: Tesla's been testing self-driving Model Ys with no one in the driver's seat on Austin's public roads. And guess what? 0 incidents. That means the unsupervised full self-driving testing is already crushing it a whole month ahead of the company's June 30th deadline. But wait, there's more. Musk also said Tesla's planning to make its first vehicle delivery straight from the factory to the customer. Yeah, the car drives itself to the buyer's place. That's straight up wild and could save Tesla a ton of cash. Right now, Tesla vehicles can already drive themselves off the production line to the delivery lot, so having them roll up to a customer's house is the next logical step. Sure, this might only work in areas around Giga Texas for now, and maybe Tesla's Fremont factory down the road, but it's still a huge leap towards slashing vehicle costs. We think the Tesla Cybercab is something special for Tesla. It's built to be one of the lightest electric vehicles on the market, right out of the gate, thanks to some slick engineering and weight-saving tricks. The Cybercab will use front and rear castings, a single-motor RWD setup, and get this, it has 50% fewer parts than the Model 3. The Model 3 weighs in at 3,891 pounds, but the Cybercab is estimated to tip the scales at just 3,000 to 3,200 pounds, a huge drop compared to the Model 3. Those castings cut down on the number of parts, get rid of complicated joints, and shave weight off the frame. The single-motor RWD keeps things simple and lighter than all-wheel drive systems. The body's made of polyurethane plastic instead of steel or aluminum, which not only cuts weight but also boosts durability and corrosion resistance, perfect for a robo-taxi that's always on the go. A battery pack under 50 kilowatt-hours makes sense for the Cybercab since it's designed for short urban trips, not long hauls. We're guessing a range of about 200 to 250 miles per charge, which is plenty for robo-taxi duty. And the minimalist interior? Just 2 seats, no rear bench, no giant screen, no extra bells and whistles. Another way to keep the weight down. The Cybercab's lightweight brings some big wins. First, it's super energy efficient, sipping less power per mile, which keeps operating costs low, crucial when Elon Musk is promising just 20 cents a mile. Second, less weight means better acceleration and handling, making for a smoother ride, especially in busy city streets. Third, fewer parts and less weight mean Tesla can save big on production costs, helping hit that under $30,000 price tag. That makes the Cybercab a no-brainer for both individual buyers and robotaxi fleets. If Tesla pulls this off, the Cybercab won't just solidify their lead in the EV game. It'll totally reshape urban transportation with a lightweight, efficient, and budget-friendly robotaxi. Tesla's rolling out the robotaxi slowly, starting with a limited number of vehicles in the safest parts of Austin, and only letting pre-approved passengers ride. That's a big shift from how Tesla usually does things. They're going to keep a close eye on everything, make sure there are no accidents, and then gradually expand the operating zones. During this time, Elon and Tesla's lobbying team are stepping up to speak to administrators about autonomy regulation. This push involves direct lobbying of members of the U.S. Congress to build a clear legislative path for autonomy, and the timing is no coincidence. Tesla needs clear regulations to operate under, rather than the fractured state-by-state or city-by-city regulations that exist sporadically throughout the U.S. When the U.S. Transportation Secretary visited Tesla earlier in May, Elon had some wise words to say on this topic, touching on the core issue for a service to operate nationwide. Navigating a patchwork of regulations is a legal and operational nightmare. The initial Robo Taxi pilot launch in Austin is more than feasible under Texas's relatively permissive regulations. The long-term vision is severely hamstrung by federal rules. Current regulations only permit special exemptions for a test fleet of up to 2,500 vehicles that lack traditional controls, such as a steering wheel and pedals. While this isn't a direct roadblock for Tesla's initial deployment of Model Ys in the robotaxi network, this vehicle cap is a roadblock for the mass production and deployment of Tesla's purpose-built Cybercab. The Cybercab, with its easy-to-clean interior, relatively low cost, and lower maintenance design, is ideal to scale the service with a vehicle designed from the ground up to be autonomous, where it'll be cheaper to operate and maintain. Remember that the Cybercab is expected to be capable of 5.5 miles per kilowatt-hour, whereas the Model Y is capable of about 4. Tesla needs a federal law that allows for the widespread sale and operation of the Cybercab, as it'll likely be crucial to make the network profitable. Tesla's under heavier scrutiny from regulators these days. The NHTSA is digging into Tesla's robotaxi plans, demanding answers about how FSD performs in bad weather. A clear Congress-approved federal framework wouldn't just give Tesla a stable, predictable regulatory environment to work in, it'd also make these vehicles safer by setting a standard rulebook. If you've driven through Austin, Texas in the last couple of years, you've probably spotted Waymo's driverless cars. They're popping up in other U.S. cities too, but from what we know, Waymo's limited to specific zones geo-fenced and relies on high-definition maps. That's a totally different approach from Tesla's strategy. Waymo's CEO has repeatedly thrown shade at Tesla, calling their robotaxi project vaporware, and basically saying it's all hype, no substance. We don't buy that. It's clear Tesla's dead serious about this. Fact is, Tesla's full self-driving system in the U.S. outperforms 99% of human drivers. That's seriously impressive. Sure, it can struggle in tricky conditions like snow, nighttime, rain, or fog, but in normal conditions, from what we've seen, it works like a charm. At Tesla's Q1 2025 earnings call, Elon said the robotaxi service will only be open to the public by late June or early July, giving Tesla enough time to test with internal folks and invited beta testers. That timeline sounds pretty specific, but if you're planning a trip to Austin to try out the robotaxi, we'd suggest aiming for early July since timelines can still shift. Now that Tesla seems locked and loaded for the robotaxi launch, it'll be wild to see how fast they can scale up from this initial testing phase. Recently, the Tesla Model 2 was spotted again at the Fremont factory. The Model 2 still appeared in camouflage with the front and rear covered. However, this does not hide its smaller size than the Model Y and its compact crossover shape. What surprised us is that it seems that the Model 2 only has a two-door design like the Cybercab. What do you think about this? So far, Tons of people still don't buy that Tesla's actually dropping an affordable Model 2 anytime soon. Most folks are like, yeah, I'll believe it when I see it. Ever since Elon Musk teased an affordable Tesla 2 years ago, everyone's been buzzing about its specs and design. People are stoked for a compact, city-friendly Tesla at a killer price. But it's kinda wild that the Model 2 still isn't out in the real world. There's a bunch of reasons floating around for the delay. Some say it's because the Model 2 won't rake in big profits, so it's not Tesla's top priority. The more convincing reason, though, is that Tesla just can't make a car under $30,000. They're only good at building wallet busters. So some folks think the Model 2's just a stock-pumping gimmick and Elon's biggest hype job yet. We used to think the same way, but all those reasons for the Model 2's delay, they might just be temporary roadblocks. With production plans shifting and supply chain issues pretty much sorted out, the Model 2's coming sooner than anyone expected. It's confirmed to drop mid-next month, right in line with Elon Musk's early year report that a budget-friendly car would hit the market in the first half of this year. So, what's the deal with the Model 2? Like we mentioned earlier, the Model 2 isn't some brand new car from scratch. It's basically a scaled-down Model Y. Elon Musk and Lars Moravy have confirmed it'll roll off the same production line, part of Tesla's push to get a car under $30,000. Elon's even said, this'll be Tesla's most mass-produced car ever, with a production speed that'll outpace the Model Y. To hit that $25,000 price tag, Tesla's gone super minimalist with the Model 2's design. Truth is, some customers used to the Model 3 or Model Y's vibes might not love it, but these are the trade-offs we gotta deal with. Let's talk about the battery first, 'cause it's the key to Tesla pulling off the Model 2. Can you believe they've made a battery pack for just $2,500? Yeah, it's real. The Model 2's battery isn't some massive 65 or 75 kilowatt-hour unit like people were guessing. Recent official reports backed by Tesla Newswire say it's rocking a smaller pack, somewhere between 50 and 55 kilowatt-hours. That lines up with what we predicted Tesla's going with one of the cheapest batteries out there, LFP battery. Okay, it's not the highest performing or energy-dense tech, but its big wins are low cost and safety. Let's be real, the Model 2 isn't about crazy performance. If you're chasing that, you wouldn't be eyeing this car anyway. LFP batteries are like they were made for the Model 2. They slash production costs while still delivering solid performance. In fact, the whole battery pack for the Model 2 is expected to cost around $2,500, making up about 10% of the car's total price. How's that possible? Battery costs have fallen sharply in recent years thanks to the fall in the price of key raw materials, such as lithium carbonate from around $70,000 to less than $15,000 per ton between 2022 and 2024. According to the latest research, LFP batteries cost between $110 and $124 per kilowatt hour in early 2023. However, by 2024, this figure has dropped to around $60 per kilowatt hour, and by early 2025, the price is only around $50 per kilowatt hour. At this price, a 50 kilowatt hour LFP battery pack costs Tesla only about $2,500 to produce, and CATL will be the main supplier. It may sound unbelievable, but the Model 2 can completely achieve a range of 300 miles, not inferior to the Model 3 or Model Y, even with a relatively small battery pack. The truth is that a 50 kilowatt-hour battery pack can provide around 250 miles of range, but the Model 2 benefits from a lighter weight and a more minimalist design, which should result in better aerodynamics, which could add at least 40 miles of range. Elon Musk has stressed that a range of 300 miles or more is enough for most people's daily activities. In fact, it's rare for a driver to need to travel 300 miles without stopping for a break or refueling, so this range is perfectly reasonable and even superior for normal use. As a cut-down version of the Model Y, the exterior of the Model 2 won't be too different from its sibling, with a similar overall design. What we're wondering is whether Tesla will adopt the design of the old Model Y or the new version for the Model 2. Personally, we like the new version, especially the signature LED light bar And if the Model 2 gets this feature, it will be an interesting highlight. Light bars are becoming a popular design trend that Tesla has applied to its new product lines, from the Model S, Model 3, to the Model X and Model Y. Looking at all Tesla models, the exterior isn't a major focus for discussion, as they embrace a minimalist modern design. The Model 2 is no different, though it's about 20% smaller than the Model Y, giving it a compact, agile look. Beyond size, its exterior offers little else noteworthy. However, several cost-saving simplifications set the Model 2 apart from the Model 3 and Model Y. It will feature smaller wheels, an expected change that could save around $500 per vehicle. Additionally, the Model 2 will use single-pane windows and a single-color ambient lighting strip around the dashboard, unlike the 256 color options in the Model 3 and Model Y. Inside, it will seat 5 but with less comfort than the Model 3, using cloth seats instead of premium materials, without heating or ventilation, a tactic Tesla used in the base Model 3 to cut $500. The center screen will be 10 to 12 inches, down from the Model 3's 15 inches, and there'll be no rear passenger screen, saving $200 to $500 while retaining an intuitive interface. The audio system in the Model 2 will be simplified, featuring fewer speakers than the standard Model Y. While exact specs are unconfirmed, we expect 7 to 9 speakers, compared to the 15 speakers plus a subwoofer in the current Model Y AWD or 9 in the RWD base version. The Model 2's rear trunk will also be streamlined, lacking a powered liftgate, requiring manual operation. The hood will use standard metal instead of premium materials, further keeping costs low. Beyond minimalist design and basic interior, a key highlight is the Model 2's single-motor setup. 2 years ago, Tesla announced development of a $1,000 motor for affordable models. Though Elon Musk shared few details, the Model 2 would be ideal for this technology. At a recent earnings call, Tesla confirmed exploring ferrite magnets instead of costly rare earth magnets, likely tied to this low-cost motor project. If realized, the Model 2's motor may offer lower power than the Model Y or Model 3, likely 200 to 250 horsepower, achieving 0 to 60 miles per hour in 6 to 7 seconds, comparable to budget compact cars. While the Model Y's motor costs around $2,000, the Model 2's could save $1,000, helping maintain a competitive price. On the other hand, we believe the Model 2 will either lack full self-driving support or have its FSD hardware minimized, with Tesla retaining only basic safety features like automatic emergency braking and collision warnings, rather than the full suite of cameras and sensors for FSD. What do you think about Cybercab and the upcoming affordable car? Drop a comment below. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.